My name is Lena, and I grew up in a house where silence was louder than any scream. My mother barely spoke, but her eyes always said something. Back then, I didn't understand what they were trying to tell me. As a child, I thought silence meant peace. But in my home, silence meant something else. It meant a story no one wanted to explain. My mother would sit by the window every night, always the same chair, same posture, same empty stare, like she was waiting for someone who never returned. I asked her once, "Mom, who are you looking for?" She smiled, a broken kind of smile, and whispered, "Someone I used to know." Every morning, she woke up before everyone, cooked breakfast, cleaned, then disappeared into her room. No one followed her. No one dared. My father always said, "Your mom is just tired." But she wasn't tired. She was hiding something, and I was the only one who felt it. I noticed little things. A picture frame facing down, a locked box under her bed. Every time I tried to talk, she changed the subject. Every time I asked about the past, she grew quiet. Silence became her shield. When I turned 14, everything changed. My mom stopped sitting by the window. She stopped smiling completely. One night, I heard her crying, the kind of cry that breaks a person, and it scared me more than anything. I knocked on her door softly. "Mom, please talk to me." No answer, only breathing. I pushed the door open. She sat on the floor, holding a photograph. A man I had never seen before. "Who is he?" I whispered. She didn't look up. He was the reason I lost my voice. I didn't understand. How can someone steal your voice without touching you? But I knew I had to listen. She told me her story in fragments, small pieces, like broken glass, sharp, painful, incomplete. She said she once loved someone deeply, someone who promised her the world, someone who left without saying goodbye. He was the kind of man who loved loudly, but disappeared quietly, leaving behind questions with no answers. She waited for him for years, every day by the window, every night with tears. My father married her knowing her heart was somewhere else, but he never complained. He just loved her silently. Her silence was not sadness. It was grief, a grief that never healed. I realized something painful that night. My mom wasn't quiet because she didn't love us. She was quiet because she didn't love herself. The locked box under her bed. I asked her about it. She nodded slowly. "It's time," she said. She handed me the key. Her hands shook. Inside the box were letters, dozens of them, all sealed, all unread. They were from him, the man in the photograph. Her lost love. He had written every month for years, apologizing, begging, explaining, but she never opened a single one. Why? I asked. She looked away. Because sometimes forgiveness hurts more than anger. I read the letters slowly. Each one felt heavier than the last. This man truly loved her. He didn't leave her. He was taken from her. A car accident, a coma, then silence. He wrote until he couldn't. Her name was the last thing he wrote before dying. I felt my heart collapse. My mother had lived years believing a lie, believing he had abandoned her, not knowing he fought to return. I looked at her, tears filling my eyes. Mom, he tried. She nodded. I know, but too late. Her silence finally made sense. It was not emptiness. It was survival. For the first time, she cried in my arms, and I held her tighter than ever. Our silence together felt different. The next morning, she opened the window again, sat in her old chair. But this time, she breathed differently. She whispered, I forgive you. Not to me, but to the wind. From that day on, she changed, slowly, carefully, gently, like a flower that finally found sunlight. She laughed again, her voice shaky but alive. I had never heard something so beautiful. We cooked together, we talked, we healed. My father noticed too. He smiled more, slept better. One evening, she held my hand. Lena, never let silence be your answer. I nodded deeply. She began writing letters to him, not to send, but to release the weight she carried. Some days she cried, some days she laughed. Both were victories. Her story taught me something powerful. Grief is not an ending. It's a beginning you don't choose. Years passed, but the memory of her silence stayed, a reminder of hidden storms. When I grew older, I faced my own heartbreak. Someone left me without reason. My chest felt heavy, but I didn't stay silent like she did. I spoke. I healed faster. My mother's pain became my lesson. Her silence became my strength. Her story became my guidance. One day, she gave me the photograph. He was my yesterday, she said, but you are my today. My heart melted. For the first time, I felt truly chosen, truly loved. On her birthday, we visited his grave. She touched the stone gently and smiled peacefully. I'm finally free, she whispered. And I believed her. She had earned her peace. Driving home, she held my hand. Thank you for listening, she said. You saved me. But she was wrong. She saved herself. I only witnessed it. Her voice grew stronger with time. She began telling stories. She began living again. We became closer than ever, mother and daughter, but also two survivors. She taught me that silence is not weakness. It is a language of its own, a language of wounds. Today, when people ask about her, I tell them she is the bravest person I know because she learned how to speak again. And when they ask about me, I tell them I carry her voice inside mine, louder, stronger, clearer. Life is strange. The person who taught me the power of words was someone who barely used them, but she didn't need many words. She had truth. She had love. I still keep the letters, all of them, as a reminder of what silence can hide. Sometimes I read them at night, not out of sadness, but gratitude. My mother overcame her past. She began smiling every day, real smiles. She told me once, pain doesn't disappear. It transforms. And so do we. Her transformation is my inspiration. Her story is my strength. Her silence is my teacher. And now, I share this story with the world, so others can heal too, because silence destroys, but truth rebuilds. And this is our truth. My mother's silence was once a prison, but now it is a lesson. My name is Lena, and this is the story of how my mother found her voice again, and how, in the end, she gave that voice to me. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Tell me in the comments what story you want to hear next. And as always, thank you for watching.